Happy Tuesday, everyone. I wanted to, not that you've been totally waiting for my live videos to pop up on your news feed, but I actually was surprised. I had a couple people message me and they were like, why did you stop doing your live videos? And so if you were the very few who maybe missed them, I actually took a break from doing too many things on social media so I could actually focus and recenter, so I could be able to put together a more thought out plan, because I want to be able to provide you guys with more value, provide my fit friends with more tips. And I just felt at some point I was just trying to be everywhere, and if you're trying to be everything to everyone, you're not really connecting. So I just needed to take a step back, which I did. And so here I am. So this is my first live broadcast in a very long time. So I'm not really anticipating a lot of traction for the first one. But I did want to talk about something that is very important to me. And as a matter of fact, it's because I was a little delayed in doing a couple of things, a couple of the tips that I'm going to give you tonight. I was a little delayed in doing them myself this year. Some of them I do right at the beginning of the year. So, 6 tips. And before I give them to you, I think what happens a lot of times is that we put so much pressure on ourselves to find our purpose and are we happy? And at least I did. So if you are one who really connects with me, you may be asking yourself that, or you're on the path of discovering your purpose. And I feel like there's no right time for that. For a long time, I was secretly envious of those people who knew from grade school what they wanted to do in their life. I was questioning what I wanted to do in high school. I questioned what I wanted to do in college. Even after I graduated, I was still unsure. So, even as I was climbing the corporate ladder and, I liked what I did, I was good at what I did, I still felt very, very frustrated. I still felt very frustrated because I was just kind of going through the motions of everyday life. And I knew that I was made for more. I knew deep in my soul, since I was little, I just didn't know the what and the how behind it, that I wanted to do something more to impact and help others. Just the vehicle or the avenue behind that, I wasn't quite sure. So maybe you have a great corporate job, but something is not quite all gelling and you feel like there's something missing. Or maybe you completely hate your job. Maybe you love your job, but you want something more on the side, a project, I don't know, whatever the case may be. If you're that person who is feeling like you quite haven't found something totally, or something to complete, to round out what you're supposed to do in your life, I just want to share with you a couple of tips that have helped me, and maybe that can help you. So the first is to actually kind of look at your hobbies. Generally, there's different kinds of thoughts behind that. Some people say, you don't want to make a hobby into a job because then it's not as fun, but it really depends. Like for me, I love what I do, so it doesn't feel like a job. So a lot of times, if we kind of find and follow our hobbies, that may give us some hints into what we enjoy and what we really are good at, because sometimes, a lot of times with our hobbies, we'll spend more time than we've allotted. Time will fly by and we didn't even realize it. So that's tip number 1, is to follow your hobbies. Tip number 2 is actually to start noticing what you're posting on social media. What are you gravitating towards? What kind of topics do you like to talk about? And a lot of that's going to be aligned with a lot of your hobbies, right? So what do you get excited to share with your friends? What kind of pictures do you share? Those kind of things. Or what kind of videos do you tend to gravitate towards? So that's tip number 2. Number 3 is to do some homework. Look into a lot of these things that are starting to pique your interest. Some of my closest people, friends and family, sometimes make fun of me because I ask a lot of questions. And sometimes I feel like a reporter, and I don't mean to. I'm like, so? And they're like, are you writing a book? Maybe. No, but I like to ask questions just because I feel like, I don't know, it's interesting, right? So because of that, I have an innate nature to kind of do extra homework when I'm really trying to figure out if something is going to be worth my time, energy, and love, whether that be my life purpose or career, whether that be a vacation, whether that be we recently got a puppy, thanks for my puppy. So do your homework, and you can always just spend like 15, 30 minutes a day or whatever the case may be. Okay, next tip is kind of the homework, but anyway, is curious like a child almost is what I like to say, because kids are not afraid to ask questions, are they? They're constantly asking questions. They're constantly digging, literally digging and digging with their questions. Ask people what they do. Ask people why they love it. So let's say you started doing your homework. You really started, following your hobbies and figuring out what you're really like gravitating towards, and you're kind of thinking about some different options. Ask people within those fields what they do, how they do it, and then why they love it. So, and especially if you know these people, generally speaking, guys, people want to help other people. So if you go with that, if you go to someone and say, hey, can I pick your brain? Hey, I have some questions. They're going to definitely want to help you out. So don't be shy, and definitely be curious and ask people who you know, or even maybe someone who is a friend of a friend. Ask them to refer, hey, I saw Susie is into this. Would you mind making an introduction? Because I would really love to pick her brain, because I'm really interested and curious on what she's doing. Okay. The next tip, I think this is tip number 5, is to create a vision board. And a vision board can be a lot of fun. This is something that I told you that normally I do by like the first week of January. This year, some things happened. It just didn't happen timely, but better late than never. And I actually just completed mine a couple weeks ago, as a matter of fact. And I'm glad I did it because I was able to really connect with it. And you can take old school, like, what is it? Not cardboard. You know what I'm talking about. The old school paper. You can print out your photos. You can cut out from magazines. What I personally like to do, because now I'm very digital, is I actually use free resources online like canva.com or PicMonkey, and you can literally like download images that are your own, or you find on search engines, and you can upload it right there, and you can create your vision board right there. And what I love about the vision board is that there's absolutely no, you don't want to hold yourself back. It's literally like you're Cinderella and your fairy godmother's in front of you, and instead of going to the ball, you are asking for your dream life. And that's what it is. And it allows you to be curious like a child once again, because I bet you yourself at age 7 was dreaming big and having all these crazy like dreams. But as we got older, more people told you no, more people told you couldn't, life got hard, this and that. And so the light that you had about those dreams quickly became dull. So the cool thing about the dream board is that it allows you to stretch. And one thing that I recently learned that I totally connect with is that oftentimes big visions or goals are not necessarily, you want to have kind of a deadline. You want them to be I don't want to say realistic, because I want you to push yourself. But at the same time, I feel like sometimes we hold ourselves back from making big goals because we're afraid of not reaching them. And sometimes goals are not always necessarily meant to be met within what we feel is our time frame, but they are there for us to stretch and to push us and to help us grow. And then once we just focus on that, the goals will come, the dreams will come. So with the vision board, it allows you the platform, it allows you that opportunity to really dream big and not hold back. So, and it's fun. And it's actually a fun thing to do with, your family, your friends. If you have kids, I know that when I have kids, it's something that I've already thought about and I have envisioned of doing with them. Last but not least is to treat your life as an adventure, right? Don't just float through life. Don't just go through the motions, because for a long time, I was just going through the motions, and it's definitely not fun. So if you look at life as an adventure and you wake up every day thinking of the moment, then it becomes a little bit more fun, a little bit more playful, and a lot of the stuff becomes organic, right? And I know it's easier said than done, and a lot of times we got to get out of our own heads. But I feel that when we look at life as a journey, as an adventure, rather than floating through it, we will allow ourselves to follow our hobbies, do our homework, to be a little bit more curious and create the vision board with a little bit more excitement and expectation that it could happen, right? So I just wanted to give you I'm about to wrap it up right now. I know for a long time I was looking for something. I just didn't know what. I was always told that I would be a great teacher, but I didn't want to become a school teacher. And so while I was climbing corporate ladder, I just needed to lose some weight, and gyms were just not working out for me. I literally thought that key card was going to be the thing to change my life, but it needed to be me. And so long story short, I ended up getting a fitness program off of an infomercial, which then led me to this amazing community of people who really support each other. And that led me to becoming an online fitness coach. Guys, with Beachbody, I used to smoke cigarettes. I would emotionally eat. I would actually self-medicate because of my anxiety issues with OCD. So I would binge drink oftentimes to kind of self-medicate and cope. I was focusing on the corporate, climbing the corporate ladder. I had all these different things. I felt like I had this fake confidence because I had all these other issues going on, that I had to exert this external confidence that wasn't really, it was kind of real, but it kind of wasn't. It's really hard to explain. And I just feel that through this process, I have this authentic mindset and confidence that is this humble, quiet one, right? Because I really try also reaching for the sky, right? Doing starts and stops. You know what I mean? When you're trying to create these positive habits, whether they're for your health or for your career or your family, it's hard to create positive habits when you have all this baggage or these hard ones, and I get it. So I would start and stop so many times. But now I feel like I have this consistent momentum. I have these healthy habits that I'm trying to pay forward to other people. I'm trying to help people live free, essentially. Live free from anxiety. Live free from emotional eating. Live free from any financial constraints. Live free from a life of boredom because they don't feel fulfilled, right? And through that, I've been able to earn trips and vacations through my hard work. I've been able to connect with people who I've never met in person, but I feel like I've known them for years. Like literally, I just connected with someone. We have nicknames for each other. I would have never met her if it wasn't for social media or me doing my business all online through social media. And what I really love about what I do is that it can blend your passions together. It's not limiting. It's not boxed in, right? So for example, through this, I really kind of am a nerd with social media, and that's open opportunities for me to also do some online marketing. There's other coaches, my peers, who she's about to be a 4-time published author, and she also does coaching. There's makeup artists who also do coaching. So stay-at-home moms, is really, really cool how it's catered to your style and personality and your passion. So anyway, those are my tips. That's a little bit of a background on me. And listen, guys, if you want to be curious and you want to do a little bit of homework and you just kind of want to peek into what I do, see if it's for you or not, I'm actually hosting an online event. It started today, and we're going to leave it up throughout the week. It's going to go for a couple of days. They're just like light posts, sharing a little bit more about me and my business partner actually doing it together. And we're sharing stories not only of ourselves, of our fellow coaches, what we do, why we do it, what it takes, how you earn money, how you connect with people, how we make an impact, how we have fun, how we earn trips, right? And how we support each other. And so if you're just curious, there's absolutely no obligation. But I just kind of want to share this because I didn't know about it. And one thing that I also love is the fact that we are also going to kind of debunk some of the myths that a lot of people have. And guys, honestly, when I heard that this was Beachbody Coaching was network marketing, guys, I was like, no, thank you. So there's a stigma around network marketing that is this pyramid scheme, but it is one of the best professions out there and the best business models out there. And the reason I was able to wrap my head around it was because of my corporate background dealing with franchises, and literally it operates very similarly to that. So we're also going to be kind of covering that. So anyway, I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I know. But if you are just curious, if you want to do a little bit of homework, we're just going to be sharing information. Guys, no obligation. You know me. And this is also a really, really cool opportunity for you guys to interview me, to ask me questions about anything that I share. And at the end of it, hey, you've walked away knowing something. You've walked away maybe wanting to ask me more questions because I asked for 2 weeks straight before I made the decision, right? And it gives you the opportunity to get to know other people. So either way, let me know. You can comment below. Just do emoji signal. That's my puppy. She's playing with her bone. Put your emoji signal up. If you're seeing this another way, you can email me. You can send me a private message on Facebook, and I can definitely add you. We're going to be doing this for 3 days, and we're also going to be having some prize giveaways. So I hope those tips helped you. And if you are going to do your dream board, I would love to see it. So I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for chatting or watching, and I hope this went to a lot of people and you guys were able to view it okay. Again, I haven't done a live broadcast in a while. So, I got a thumbs up. That means I got something. Oh, it's Rebecca. Hey, girl. Mwah, how are you? It's been a long time. Message me. I want to hear how you're doing. So, have a great night, guys, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.